Right, a major new report claims that international students are using university courses as a backdoor to long-term migration.
So this comes from the think tank Policy Exchange, which says too many overseas students arrive not to study, but to stay, with 2 in 5 switching to other visas within a year of arriving.
Let's get more with the research fellow at the Policy Exchange, Zachary Marsh. Good morning, Zachary. So tell us about this research and why it raises some troubling issues.
Good morning. Well, I think the issue that we've diagnosed in this report is that essentially international students are a huge contributing factor to the overall net migration figures we're seeing. So there are about 730,000 international students in the UK at the moment. Over 400,000 international student visas were given out to students and dependents last year. And this accounts for 43% of non-travel visas given out in the UK. So it's a huge figure in the context of illegal and legal migration. And what concerns us and what we've written about in the report is basically that the issue appears to be that the incentives are wrong, and that while many international students are coming here to benefit from a world-class education at our brilliant UK universities, and they contribute by doing so, and we continue to welcome that, too many are being induced to come here by the work opportunities that often come with international students, particularly the graduate visa route, which is basically this 2-year scheme where if you study in the UK, you can basically remain on a blank check visa for 2 years, study, work, do whatever you like. And a lot of those people are going into quite low-paying, low-skilled work. The average salary is under £21,000 a year for these individuals. And clearly something is not working in the system at the moment, and we are attracting people for the wrong reasons. And that's what this report addresses.
And the thing is, Zachary, we know that the last government introduced a change which this current government took the benefit for when they said that students would no longer be able, from international would no longer be able to bring in endless relatives, which saw an immediate decline in the immigration figures. But this is a new loophole you've identified. If you've identified it, why hasn't the government?
So you're completely right. We have seen a drop in the numbers coming after there was a crackdown on dependents under the last Conservative government, but the numbers still remain really shockingly high. I think the government has identified the problem, and the recent immigration white paper proposes some changes. For example, they want to reduce the length of the graduate visa from 2 years to 18 months. But it doesn't go nearly far enough, and we're calling for the graduate visa route to be scrapped altogether, which was the situation we were in between 2012 and 2019 when this didn't exist. And the university sector managed that completely fine. And we're arguing that we need to return to a situation where the pitch from British universities is come here, study, learn at our great institutions, not that this is a backdoor loophole for you to potentially come and work and settle in the UK.
So just to be clear, Zachary, if you got rid of the visa, does that mean the students wouldn't be able to come here?
Not at all, not at all. So we're not proposing to make any changes to the international student visa aside from increasing the language requirements. So we still want to welcome students to come here, make the great contributions they do already. What we're suggesting we get rid of is this top-up visa where students currently have the option at the end of their studies to move on to the 2-year graduate visa, which is basically just a free work pass for anyone who's choosing to come here as a student. And we don't think that's a sensible thing to keep.
I don't know why we had it in the first place. Why did we have it in the first place?
Well, it was conceived as a plan to bring the best and the brightest here. And, if you've come and you've done a physics degree at, UCL, we want you to stay in the UK. We want you to contribute. You've got skills and talent to bring here. But at the moment, it's a completely blank check. You can come here regardless of what you've studied, regardless of the institution you were at. And what we're saying is, look, you should be able to stay here. There are other routes. You can get a skilled worker visa. You can make the case for staying in the UK when you finish your studies. But you shouldn't have this blank check visa at the end of your time in the UK.
Interesting. OK, thank you so much. From the Policy Exchange there, Zachary Marsh.